Q1 2025, FDE roles increased from around 800% to around 1000% there. 60 to 70% of an AI project now depends on adoption. Not just engineering and coding, but being able to co-innovate with customers. Adaptability is very important, leadership becomes very important, and the soft skills as well. Being able to rapidly iterate and deploy, it is a career that is definitely worth to go ahead with.
Forward deployed engineer. One of the hottest jobs in AI right now, with hiring up 800% this year alone, and it doesn't look like it's slowing down. We discuss exactly why that is, what the skills are that are needed, and why you should care if you're a software engineer right now more than ever. Joining me today is Mo Fagir, Principal Technical Consultant over at ServiceNow, specifically in AI, and he's built and shaped many forward deployed engineering teams. So enjoy. Are you currently a forward deployed engineer? Because I looked at your resume, I looked at LinkedIn, but it doesn't state explicitly.
Indeed.
Forward deployed engineer.
Yes. I'm not myself a forward deployed engineer, but I shaped and helped shape the teams of forward deployed engineers, whether it's at ServiceNow and at many other customers there as well.
Yeah.
And here, the reason being, again, like in terms of the birth of the role and how it started, if you look at the trends in the market the market used to go ahead and value 4 years of these skills and universities. That used to be the economic marketing or power signal there itself. 22% of the premium was set on a master's degree. But the market now is shifting away from that.
Yeah.
And we already see that in terms of AI being at a much higher premium in current rates. Not only that, if you look at it overall, in terms of software engineering, Q1 2023 to Q1 2025, it already dropped by around 70%. You look at it on the other side, if you just take from last year to this year, there's FDE roles increased from around 800% to around 1000% there. So that boom and that rise in AI has mainly been already recognized. The adoption is one of the main bottlenecks there. It's not about the capability there anymore. So helping customers rewire their entire workflows and all their systems to this AI native future is absolutely paramount. And as engineers, that evolution to that FDEs is absolutely paramount there as well. With all the new skills that are coming about, understanding the end-to-end cycle of it, taking data-driven frameworks, understanding the integration and being able to easily take into account all the different systems, put that or bring about one data layer in order to be able to get the value of AI and expand it across the organization.
Why can't customers do the implementation when it comes to AI or tooling themselves in-house necessarily?
Now, in terms of AI, as we know, it has boomed significantly. And only that, the skills. If you look at the talent war itself in terms of AI between all the big organizations there itself, there are limited people who understand AI very deeply there itself. Only that, number two, not only do you need the skill set that a person who understands AI very well there as well. We need someone who understands all the system architecture as well as all the innings in terms of the company there. And when I bring those two together, that's what leads to success. The part that is missing there is essentially the skills and the talent to be able first to deploy. Majority of the talent there is actually with the frontier labs or with the big organizations there. So that's where it's very important to help those organizations to be able to take that next step there in terms of adoption from just the capability side, where forward deployed engineers are becoming absolutely paramount. We've seen this start with Palantir, and from there go across the ecosystem, as you've noted, now one of the hottest jobs in the market. As in terms of the role there itself and why customers especially. Now, yes, I have a capability on AI, I can take it off the shelf. But these off-the-shelf solutions, many a times you realize I still need to do some aspect or need to tune it in order to be able to get to success. Now that whether it's at ServiceNow or majority of our customers, we do have the market-leading products, and you can take it and already in terms of deployment there, we have reduced it significantly. But what we have realized is if we do have forward deployed engineers sitting with customers, co-innovating, understanding, they already understand the product very well. But then I need the customer side of it and being able to go ahead and understand their entire architecture. When I have someone sitting there with them, co-innovating, that's what takes them to that success there. So the ROI in terms of AI projects there is significantly taken, is much higher in terms of success when versus I compare it to other projects when I have FDEs also involved there. So that skill set, like I noted, is currently limited in the market. With this innovation and with this evolution of the role there, that is what is going to take the market to the next level there as well.
Yeah. While looking into forward deployed engineers, I currently work at a consultancy. So I already go to clients and I do custom software development, high code, very much understanding customer base, business constraints, technical constraints, existing landscape, or going from 0 to 1. Those are kind of the various scenes that I've been in. So I already have to be adaptable. And then I read what forward deployed engineers are doing. It's very similar to what I'm doing right now. So I'm strongly considering going and taking that step. But for people that are listening, mainly software engineers or people in tech, what would you advise them if they are considering this? Is it a feasible career path in general?
100%. Very, very good question. And yes. So when I look at the software engineering first role itself, we've already started seeing an evolution of that software engineering role itself. Previously, all the mundane those tasks in terms of just coding it or being able to code, write unit tests, all of those are augmented away now by AI. We've already seen that in the market as well. The market values, like I already noted, AI skills much more than just now I'm looking at, rather than looking at the experience of the person, I'm actually looking at the skills that they have. And that's what, like I noted, the market is valuing much more. So we take it from that perspective. Evolution of the engineers, rather than just like doing those mundane tasks, being able to do the strategic validation, being able to go ahead and look at an end-to-end system integration, adaptable, not just engineering and coding, but being able, like I noted, to co-innovate with customers. So adaptability is very important. Leadership becomes very important, and the soft skills as well. So yes, in terms of the skill set, on the technical side of it, we evolved there from just the typical tasks that we used to do there into a higher level where I can validate, I can do QE, I can go ahead integration, which was the failure of most software projects as well, and getting the ROI with them. That again is absolutely paramount. But again, also on the soft skills as well are very, very critical for me to go ahead and be able to derive and work with a customer to get the success and objectives they're looking for.
Yeah, when looking into the skills, I just thought, man, there are a lot of skills that are fitted in this role, in this person. On the technical side, I read, since it is very much driven by AI adoption, it's like Python, TypeScript is a lot with regards to front-end frameworks, which also means you need to know your front-end framework. So front-end and back-end specifically, you need to be able to deploy. So cloud-native technology, whether it be AWS, Google Cloud, or Azure in this case, where you deploy or how you deploy. So Docker and Kubernetes you need to be aware of.
Exactly.
And then you have everything with regards to AI. So not just calling APIs, because a lot of people can call an API, but what does it mean to embed a model or a feature within the product specifically? Or how do you build up and orchestrate agentic systems? Like that from a technical level, it feels like a lot of depth that you need.
Indeed. I could initially be a bit scary, but again, in terms of taking it into an approach there with the skill set, now one already has typically the hard skills that are required, but essentially the evolution towards most of the folks already know about multi-cloud technologies, about the container orchestration. So that typically people have. Then the more important side of it becomes, again, whether I look at it, it's an end-to-end scale there. I'm not really looking at it from the scope of just the engineering or infrastructure side of it, but an end-to-end approach. So when I say end-to-end, I start, now what is important there in terms of an AI project there is not looking at it at an entire scale there as well. Taking use cases, high value use cases to production is very important. So when we take it from that approach as well, understanding the ability of the system, analyzing it, and the data science in order to evaluate, find those high value use cases, and then accordingly be able to translate that from from a POC all the way to from 0 to 1 essentially. So when we take all those skills together, like you noted, whether it's the Python, TypeScript, the front end side of it as well, and likewise in terms of the back end, but being able to rapidly iterate and deploy is something very important. So when we take it as an approach there, learning and being on the job, doing is very important rather than just taking like the previous approach of like noted a 4-year university degree as that is completely changed in terms of what the market values. So when I take back end, front end, those are absolutely paramount there as well. Like integrating into APIs, that again is one part of it. But it's not just about engineering, consulting, or in terms of such a role. It's about architecting an entire transformative ecosystem with that customer. So when I take it from that approach, starting with those high value potential use cases that can get a customer to success, and then accordingly being able to iterate and then scale it out from there. So learning how to pinpoint, find those high value use cases that a customer can deploy or can get a customer to value. And that again, we can also, as an early career or even well ahead and advanced in a software engineering role, looking to move ahead to the FDE path as well. Here again, being able to take the data science part, understanding it, process mining, bringing the organization or what are the processes right now, the workflows that I have there, being able to again rewire those all to the engineering age, or rather to the AI age there. Those are all, again, paramount concepts there to do. So like I noted, or to simplify it, I start with the data science and understanding the use cases. Yes, again, the hard skills, the engineering path are again absolutely paramount here. But then finally being able to rapidly iterate and deploy that is very important. So you take hard skills, typically we all, as engineers, will all have those. Then to be able to rapidly iterate, have that sense of urgency, and then not only think about it from my engineering scope, but architecting that transformative ecosystem through product-centric thinking to that data science and data-driven frameworks is what will lead the person to the next spot there. Could be scary initially, but definitely, if you get once people get their hands dirty in it, is quite a career path for a person, as I have done in terms of ServiceNow as well.
I think the reason why I feel like it's daunting is because when I look at FDEs and kind of the skills that are required, there's a certain level of depth on a lot of various aspects, right? Being good in one thing when it comes to T-shaped profiles, or being good at two specific things when it comes to pie-shaped profiles, that is no longer what I feel like is there in forward deployed engineers. And the daunting part is they are asking that of you. But in practice, do FDEs, are they solo operators at customers, or do they typically work in teams?
Again, here it is in teams, typically in terms of FDEs. So for instance, if I take the model of majority of enterprises, whether including Palantir, ServiceNow, OpenAI, many others, there's forward deployed solution architects, there's forward deployed product managers, as well as the engineers there as well. So it's a makeup of a small, nimble team that actually works together in order to get that customer to success. So it's not just a solo operator, but then again, that leadership side of it is absolutely paramount. Although it's a small, nimble team, being able to, like I noted, to work with that high urgency and get that customer to success is absolutely paramount there as well. If you take an AI project and compare it to other projects there, around 60% of 60 to 70% of an AI project now the success of it depends on adoption. 10 to 15% depends on governance compliance. So if I take those, compare it to a software engineering project, a typical project is much different. So hence, the forward deployed engineer and the importance of them becomes very, very much more as I compared to a previous one. But they're not solo operators. They work in small teams. Solution architects can bring that expertise in terms of looking at it from the solution side that we already have there. And then from the other customer side, how can I architect an end-to-end system, looking at it from the responsibility side, governance side, compliance side, and likewise then there is the engineer as well. Yes, engineers now, if I compare it again, like you noted, could be daunting in the sense of the T-shaped is very important still, having the breadth and depth in the engineering side of it. But again, the product-centric side of it, how I can go from 0 to 1 and the design, UX, and all the elements around that. And being able likewise to take that from in terms of the infrastructure side of it as well. Understanding the models, the usage, that again is absolutely paramount there with the use cases. The ROI side of it, then that's where the ROI value alignment is absolutely paramount. Those areas, bringing them together, the solution architect, engineer, as well as the PMs, that's what can get again those to success. So like noted, it's not completely dependent on the engineer, but the skills. Yes, the skills needed are more than what was typically needed or valued previously, rather than the writing of all of that code. Now AI can generate all of that code there. Being able being able to have that validation capabilities, being able to easily take that, identify any security issues with the code there, and then accordingly take that to production is absolutely paramount in terms of the skill sets.
This sounds like a lot of fun, I must say, because I'm a person that likes ownership and impact specifically. And I feel like as forward deployed engineer, you come in and the customer probably has a feeling of what problem they have, and you might identify that's the right problem, or you solve a different problem, actually an underlying problem that they didn't even know they had. And you do that and you come in, hopefully then with a team that you feel more secure in. Like in the one side, I get super excited. On the other hand, I always have that feeling of imposter syndrome, because there's a lot and high stakes here, I feel like,
100%.
when you are an FDE.
Yep.
When I came into Xebia specifically, I was very early in career. And the only reason I felt comfortable was because I knew I was always going to be in a team. There was a setting where my part of the company was always working in team settings. So then it's not like individual consultants going to clients. I always had the security of people around me. And especially being early in career, that was what gave me the confidence to also learn and grow and make mistakes and continuously actually do this. I'm wondering, in an FDE role, already right now on the market, there's very little junior hiring. People are still looking at very much media and even more seniors. But you're saying that for juniors or people early in career specifically, the FDE path might actually be a really realistic one as well.
Certainly. So very similar to your story as well. Myself, I started at ServiceNow 3 years ago as just an intern, associate consultant there in the AI field there as well. Was able to work on the job like you've noted, be able to get the support of many great individuals and teams at ServiceNow to help me grow, work with customers, and then innovate and grow to where I am today as an AI lead at ServiceNow there. So with that, the ability of understanding, yes, even at an early in career phase, having those skill sets. The market also values that those folks early in career are already AI native. They have, from a very early age, of already started working with those capabilities, and that's what even research there shows. So with that, yes, although there is early in career, the hiring has reduced there. That should still not shy people away from the role there, because, like you noted, there's a lot of excitement and value that can be attained with it. AI, the pressure is much higher there in terms of an AI investment into a project or on a product is higher. So the ROI expected there and the time to value is on different level to a software project. But again, the working in those, the learning side of it, the challenge that one is put out at, it is the pace of growth and learning is much faster and rapid than any other role to my experience, or at least in my opinion. That shapes or grows the person very quickly there as well. So that's why I highly recommend the field there, being on the job, being challenged every day, with that pressure there as well to deliver value, something that is there, but at the same time brings the best out of a person there as well.
I'm wondering, both for people that are early in career or media or senior, in the end, doesn't matter. How do I get in? How do I, in the end, secure a position as forward deployed engineer? What are the skills that are measured, maybe even through the interviewing process, or when you're forming a team, what do you look for?
Sure. If we talked about the hard skills there as well. So if we look at the backend or front end, the multi-cloud technologies, the AWS, GCP. Those are all again taken in or required as part of the role. And then you take it into the AI side as well. I mean, there's so many ways to go ahead and today. I just if you look at the ability to just take an AI project online, I can take an API, I take an LLM there, start building out something that is quite transformational there as well. I mean, there's even apps, for instance, like Replit, and I can easily prototype as well, develop and from zero to one an entire website. So all those skill sets are again very important, and being able to iterate and learn and show that you have those experiences and those projects that you have developed are absolutely important there as well. So that's on the hard skills. But if you look at it from the soft skills, again, that is very, very important. So typically on the engineering side, the soft skills, I mean, we are valued more in terms of the code as well as the products there that we ship. But the soft skill becomes much more important in terms of an FTE role as well. So like I noted, in terms of the value of and the ROI of these projects, they're quite massive for the organizations. They're in transformational value that I can bring about. So at the same time, the soft skills, being able to lead that to success becomes important. Being adaptable. In terms of here, I have a challenge, an environment. I need to develop and take something to production at speed there as well. So being adaptable, working with the customer and co-innovating with them is very important. But also being a leader, being able to innovate, bringing that visionary thinking are all skills that are important there as well. And obviously collaboration and communication, partnering with that customer to be able to take them to success. Those are the skill sets that are important. But to simply be able to take that next step, I would say first step, just get your hands dirty with AI there. There's so much that is out there today with AI, and it's very early innings for many people there. So if you've not yet started there, whether you're early in career, whether you're advanced in your career there, yeah, there's that opportunity to just take those steps and projects online, do it, and then from there, when you're able to show it, then that's what the market values now as well. Like, you know, we're moving to a skills-based economy, and we see that already in the biggest in the biggest enterprises, and also how the global market is moving. So moving away from just experience to skills-based. So if I'm looking at those skills-based, being able to learn, prove, and show my skills is much more important than just having those whether it's any certifications or anything. Yes, those are great, obviously, and they add a lot, very important. But at the same time, showing and doing is more important there as well.
Yeah, showing and doing, I feel like is never been as important as right now.
Indeed.
Because, I mean, especially when people are trailblazing, when it comes to developing a product that has an AI functionality or even building a small agentic system for whatever it is. I was talking to someone and she said, I have 3 boys and now they're at an age where they're all going to tennis tournaments and they have judo and they have swimming and I need to sign them up for multiple things. And she just vibe coded some agents that do that for her, that go through a lot of websites, give her a summary, and then she can execute, or then sometimes even execute in an automated way. Exactly. I was like, that's really cool. Exactly. In essence, it doesn't necessarily matter what it is. I feel like what I want to see is passionate, and I don't want to see people that wait, but I want to see people that have already started and that can show me something.
Exactly. Very much so. It's about being able. I mean, there's being able to, even in terms of just generally a team and building an AI native. If I'm looking at an AI native team there, the skill set is absolutely paramount and important there. But the attitude is even more important there. The ability to be passionate, have that urgency to want to learn, want to do more is very, very paramount there as well. And that can easily be shown through those projects. And like you know, that even vibe coding those is possible today. Even if I have 0 to no experience, that again is something that can easily be done with these AI capability. I can generate an entire website and an entire vibe coded, start from 0 to 1, iterate, and with that I can start learning and developing the parts of my understanding of those capabilities. That essentially is what the market and enterprises value a lot today.
From your perspective, attitude mindset, sense of urgency, are those things that people just have innately, or can they be trained?
And I definitely think those can be trained. It's number one, not only in terms of the person, but if I take it, for instance, even with us at ServiceNow and the team there, if there's one, I need if we have a strong leader that with a vision, and then that I'll first talk about it from the leadership perspective, and then from a person itself. But if you have a strong leader with a vision that can go ahead and if everyone believes in the mission and the vision, things that you can achieve are it's limitless. The potential is limitless. And that again comes to a person there as well. If I can lead myself, similar to what happens in a team, if I have a mission, if I have a vision that I deeply believe in there as well, and that essentially is what can help me iterate and go further. How can I train myself or build that in terms of a muscle? It's just like muscle memory. I need to build that. Yes, it doesn't come over a day or a month, but I need to build that in terms of a muscle there and train it. How can I train it and build it? I'd say just what I believe in, and the most important thing is writing things down. And here, whether it's a 1-year plan, or it's a 3-year plan, 5-year plan, just write down whatever you think. Where are you today? Where could you be tomorrow? And then in terms of that tomorrow, do not judge yourself against today, but judge whenever you have the ability or something, any action, a decision that you need to take. Ask yourself, what would that tomorrow version of me would take or what that tomorrow version take in terms of a decision, and then accordingly take that or start shaping yourself and thinking to that as well. That training it over time has really helped me there and be a better person, be shaping that urgency, that passion in me there as well. Just noting things down, having doesn't even have to be a very clear plan, but just a plan for where am I today, what am I, where could I be tomorrow, and then judging myself by the tomorrow in terms of every decision is a big value, and then training it in terms of muscle, and then similar to that in terms of leaders there as well. Leaders and in organizations, very important again, have a strong vision, a mission for my team. And then based on that, if a team strongly believes in that mission and that vision, limitless potential that can be achieved accordingly there.
I like that a lot. Acting like future you would or should and already doing it instead of waiting until you get there.
Exactly. And here as well, it changes the perspective from judging yourself into which again is something that could potentially put in terms of a psychology side of it, put people off. You're taking it to what could that other person do, which is essentially or the other version of me would do, and then accordingly I would take that action as well. So psychologically, it could also help or influence a person to do better. So that again is how we've taken it over, at least for myself, taking it over time and shaped the person I am in terms of my urgency, my mission, my passion, and my beliefs there.
Yeah. When you were talking about some of the responsibilities of a forward deployed engineer, and especially the ones on the soft skills side, I've worked in teams where people are just not happy talking to stakeholders or PMs or being in what they call meetings, and everything is a meeting, and sometimes back to back would just actually absolutely drain them. And I feel like those people are not well suited for the forward deployed engineer role. I feel like interactions with people, having tough conversations and getting buy-in and making sure that you execute or you're apt and enabled and equipped to execute, that's a big part of it.
Yes.
So then I see two clear camps: the people that love, let's say, the outcome of things and also the interaction with people, and then people that love tech for the tech, where it's mainly a craft for them as well specifically. And then one camp can become forward deployed engineers, and one camp I don't think can, and I don't know if they should.
That's a very good point. And indeed, like I said earlier, these soft skills of a typical software engineer to what is required as a forward deployed engineer, yes, they are quite different. They're I'm expected to ship products, to write code, and here it becomes quite different, where working together, co-innovating with that customer is absolutely paramount there as well. I mean, like note in terms of AI use cases and the investments in terms of these projects, they're significant. So in terms of taking these to success, again, is also very important there as well. So with that comes different level sense of pressure, urgency, and all those areas. So yes, being able to communicate, be in pressure, be a leader, and be able to take that to successes, be driven to take that to successes is important. And yeah, if even in those pressure environments, those communicating with people, those are again, if it's not innately in a person, then those do need to be developed. I mean, if I take it from my perspective as well, I'm actually an introverted person, but I started at NASA. I was a researcher, an AI researcher initially in my career. I would much prefer to just sit behind the laptop, code out, innovate, do research, and then I'm quite a happy person. And then what changed me, essentially, I took a sales role, challenged myself, took a sales role in the UK there. It was door-to-door. I used to do engineering. It was internship, engineering in the morning. And then in the evening, used to do door-to-door sales.
Proper sales.
Proper sales,
Yeah.
door-to-door. And then there, you literally we have something called law of averages, which is the number of people you need to speak to before you can make a sale essentially. So the averages usually averages to 3 to 5 people that you sell when you speak to 100 people. So
Wow.
exactly.
Yeah.
So imagine knocking 100 doors at the minimum a day in order to make 3 to 5 sales, and you get around 95 to 97 rejections a day. So that's it shapes up or changes the person quite a lot. And that is essentially what got me or helped me get myself out of my shell. So I would say, yes, although the person could, and for me, I still today prefer to be introvert, but that definitely changed how I communicate, how I interact with people, how I can easily or be able to speak to anyone, accommodate to a situation, and be able to be comfortable with being myself and sharing my ideas there as well. So that I think, although it's not innately there, it can be trained or got in terms of a person there as well.
Yeah. I feel like you've truly put in the reps. Like you don't just get where you want to be. You have to put in reps, and you do that day in, day out. And that's how you grow.
100%.
In essence. You mentioned NASA. I want to do a quick detour because a lot of people that I spoke to where I said, I'm going to talk to Mo, he's been to NASA for an internship. Everyone's like, whoa, how cool is NASA from behind the scenes, from your experience?
This is really, really cool. So when they're early I was only 16 when I went there, but it was really interesting and what's pinned up my passion in AI there as well. So essentially, I went there and started as it was an exchange program where we were essentially researching about renewable energy, how we can optimize those systems, and how we can use AI to that as well. And here, solar panels was the main study, and there, how we can use AI to improve it was again a big area. Amazing experience again in terms of working with some of the greatest minds that in the world that you have there, the access there, and then being able to help the field and move the field ahead was essentially what got me, like I noted in all of this, and it was amazing as an experience. That was at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Again, beautiful place as well, and it's essentially partly in. There's one side of NASA there as well, in just a reserve. So again, not only can you work with the greatest minds, but you also have just animals that are roaming free as well around. So it's just beautiful scenes, beautiful beautiful places, as well as amazing people to work with there as well. I did stay there around a year before I moved ahead to the UK, and again was in the research side of it of AI there, and again looking how we can apply AI at whether it's in Kenya and other places to optimize their end-to-end electricity provisioning systems and improve that. And again, that's essentially working in all. One thing about AI, which I love, is how whether at NASA or all these different places, you can apply it in every field. Can apply it in every field, and it can bring a lot of value there as well. That's again another reason why, if you're looking at it from a perspective of a software engineer, why it can be very appealing. Yes, even engineering, I can essentially create an app or develop a solution in any field and to support it. But again, that is further augmented and further expanded when it comes to AI there as well. That's again something I learned very early at NASA as well. The ability I can apply AI in anything, and it's something that can potentially get transformational value. Obviously, at that time, it wasn't as big, or as around 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's AI wasn't as big today at all as it is, but still at that time there were early innings, and it was clear that there was big potential in the field there as well.
Yeah. One of the things that you mentioned, specifically the reason why forward deployed engineering jobs are booming and growing in hiring specifically, and also people applying to them, is because we are trailblazing with new technologies, where companies and a lot of tools are out there. I mean, as a software engineer, I get bombarded with tooling from a marketing perspective mainly. So then actually applying it in a production level system, specifically enterprise, but also user facing, that's the challenge. And that's where forward deployed engineers will help. But then does that mean that when this technology becomes a little bit more stable and people are a little bit more apt with what they do, that forward deployed engineer jobs will go down or will be reduced, or the knowledge will go to organizations themselves? How do you see that?
Great question. So number one, in terms of AI, AI is still very, very early, and I think it's early innings. So I mean, you hear in the market these days, is there a bubble? So I'd say there's absolutely no bubble at all, because it's very, very early innings. Number one, if you look at AI is bigger than all the previous, whether you take the internet, whether you take mobile, cloud, combine them together, AI is bigger than them in terms of the opportunity there. Number two, why is it early innings? If you look at the entire internet and how it is commoditized, the ads and all of that, that's all today done, the recommender systems, that's all done today through just the machine learning workloads there. All of that needs to be taken away, architected, and transitioned into generative AI workloads. You take companies, every company in the world, essentially that needs to get that edge and compete there, is already adopting AI. And today we see it moving already mainly from POCs to production, and they're scaling out their usage. So it's very, very early innings for AI and the opportunity there. So in terms of the potential rise of the role, it's going. I'm pretty sure it's going to be quite exponential for the coming decades there. Two, when you look at AI itself and the pace of innovation, I mean, it beats any other technology there around as well. Now we have models that are coming about every other day. Whether if you look at it from the closed source or even open source perspective, just DeepSeek just released a new model there as well. In terms of new paradigms that it uses in the RL side of it as well. So we can still see not only that there is potential in terms of scaling. When you look at it in the LLM side, there's potential for scaling in the pre-training. There's potential for scaling in the post-training side of it, and there's also the potential for still new recipes, new innovations and inventions that can help take the AI to the next step there as well, to general and super intelligence. So the opportunity again with AI, not only is it huge for the entire market and still early innings, but itself AI field is rapidly innovating, and the pace is much faster. So you put those two together, is it going? Is there potential for it to decrease or plateau? I don't see that potentially for the next decade or so, until and when we get to general and super intelligence in the next decade. And you can imagine every organization now have the potential to go ahead and create new products, to do discovery, drug discovery and medical discovery there. I'm able to go ahead and transform an entire organization and manage organizations autonomously. That is a completely different paradigm there. And that, again, becomes absolutely paramount, even more paramount, to have those forward deployed engineers there as well. People who innately understand those products and are able to understand the customer's architecture, their systems and their processes, in order to be able to rewire them there again for the future. And finally, as a point in terms of AI, today there's it's all mainly based. Already based on today's current technologies, the likes of the GPUs and NVIDIA's, or any one of the latest AMD and all the latest GPUs and ASICs there. But again, there's quantum computing that potentially can come about there as well. And just a few days back, there was a video on IBM and Bloomberg on the potential of their quantum computers there as well. Bring that field again into AI, and there is even more rapid innovation and iteration that can come into market when we have all these large scale AI factories that we're right now just building up for these fields. Is that can again reshape it all? So I do not foresee a plateau, at least in the near future, when I put those all together.
Yeah, one of the last thoughts I had, it brings me back to an experience that I had also quite early in career, because I went to a training to actually demo a low-code platform. The training was to figure out how to then use that and implement that at customers. And at the time, I decided I don't want to be a low-code engineer. I felt like if I go this route in my career, I would be very much tied to a technology. And yes, I would understand customer domains and I would implement, but my technical expertise would be tied to this one thing. And if that one thing dies, well, I have to build up another technical capability from scratch. Yes. Do you see the same risk with forward deployed engineers? Like, what makes people forward deployed engineers different from Palantir versus ServiceNow with the technical expertise they have?
Now, the hard skills, if we take it, those are typical across all organizations there as well. So if the multi-cloud technologies, the below it, the Pythons, the type space, taking it from the container side of it, all of that is typical and the same. I need all those hard skills is what I'm saying are typically what any organization that I go to, I will still need to go ahead and apply those. What is different is essentially the product and how I can go ahead and take that, innovate it, or customize that according to the customer objectives there. So what is more important is being adaptable in terms of in the space of AI. And like I noted before, AI can be applied in any field. So whether I apply it in Palantir or ServiceNow or any other organization, it's still going to be AI there. And then in terms of the agentic and the latest innovations in market there with the capabilities, yes, there are differentiators. For instance, if we take it away at ServiceNow with our capabilities, if you take the Gartner, the ISG reports, we're market leading and we have, we're number one, for instance, on Gartner's building and managing AI agent use cases. How we're able to achieve that is, again, we have our the ability to rapidly take not only just off the shelf solution, but I can go ahead, take it or customize that very easily and be able to take it to production. Now, those tweaks or those differentiators are going to be in every product or every enterprise that a person might potentially work in. But that is it's essentially an add-on, not the core part of or the core skill of the person that they will have, especially in an engineering or an AI field there as well. So I would say if one has, like noted earlier, learning by doing and then showing versus just going to take the traditional path, and then accordingly building up those hard skills and being able to rapidly build those up as well. And then third, again, once I have that, the add-on is essentially the product of where I'm going to work on there as well. And I'm very privileged just to work at ServiceNow in order to be able to do that for some of the leading enterprises in the world.
Yeah, amazing. I like that a lot. For people listening, they will now have a better understanding of what the forward deployed engineer is, both in a role and execution, as well as the skills and potentially even how to get there, get a foot in the door. What is one last piece of advice you want to leave people off with?
Right, I'd say, so we've talked about how the market and how it's rapidly changed. Like noted from, if you take it Q1 to Q1 23 to Q1 25, the software engineering jobs dropped by 70%, white collar by just around 36. If you take the AI FDE roles, 800,000 or 800% to 1,000% there. So the signal is very, very clear in the market. Number two, what the market values is different. skills are much more important. So learning by doing and being able to show that is absolutely paramount there as well. And number three, it can be daunting as in terms of what is the requirements there, but don't shy away. As we talked about, the value, the potential, and the opportunity is significant, and even like noted in terms of could it potentially plateau? With all those points that I provided there, there's little to no chance in my belief there. Put those all together, it is a career that is definitely worth to go ahead with, and especially in the AI side of it, and being able to combine it with that engineering, take organizations forward. I feel again, challenging yourself and growing with the ability of AI and where it can go. The opportunity of AI and where it can go is quite significant. So take it, start, don't shy away is what I would say there.
Mo, thank you so much. I really enjoyed this.
It's been an absolute pleasure, Patrick. Thank you very much.
Thank you. If you're still listening, let us know in the comment section what you think, and we'll see you in the next episode.